Does anyone know what sect we are? Anyone know what sect? Akif, what sect are we? No. So basically, sect the main sects that we know are Sunnis, Shias, and but why are there sects? Why is there sects in the religion? Are we all supposed to be united? Does anyone know why? Because we're humans, and humans, there are those that are arrogant. There are also those that stay in the path of God. That's why there are people like the Khawarij, the ones that rebel and the ones that lie. And there are also people like us, Sunnis. And yeah, but those are sects. What are mazhabs? Next.
Okay. Okay. So for the next one, like we will talk about like what is a mashab. And for this one, I will pass the mic to Rifki.
Thank you, Ziad. So now, what is a mazhab? So basically, mazhab is a school of thought within fiqh, and it is divided into four Sunni mazhabs, which is mazhab Hanafi or group, mazhab Maliki, mazhab Shafi'i, and mazhab Hanbali. Moving to the advantages and disadvantages, mazhabs makes us explore about different theories of Islam. Um, it unites us and makes a community, and we can learn mazhabs with ease because it has a clear understanding. But about the disadvantages, sometimes it can be misunderstood and misused, and uh, it can lead to it can lead to it can lead to different debates about mazhabs.
Before we get into the teachings, obviously we have to know who is Imam Abu Hanifa himself. So, so he was actually born 699 CE in Kufa, Iraq, during the reign of the Abbasid Caliph Al-Mansur. And his real name was Nu'man bin Thabit bin Marzuban. And uh, uh, he was a very great city planner, which contributed to the building of the Abbasid city Baghdad. And during his young years, he learned silk trade from his grandfather before he started his teachings. And his students totaled to 4,000. So, how did he get into teachings and learning of fiqh or Islam? So one day, he was following his grandfather to do a silk trade because he was that was what he was doing at that time, as a because his family wasn't that fortunate, and he stumbled across a imam. The imam, he asked him, which madrasa are you going? And then he said, I was going to my grandfather's store, but the imam, sensing his potential, just from that little conversation, his aura was so big that he invited him to do more sessions. And from there, he realized his potential, the way he thought, his logical thinking, his analogical thinking. He started his journey from there.
Now, the Hanafi's method of teaching, they basically use is they basically use Islamic debates based off they use Islamic debates based off Qurans, Sunnah, and Hadiths for as evidence.
Okay, so now that will be like the story time. And for like those little story about Imam Abu Hanifa, it will be like explained by Ikhwan.
So as a teacher, you obviously need to have love for your students. So I'm gonna talk about this one case where one day he was teaching his students in the madrasa or the mosque, which was also a madrasa at that time. And then this one student, out of nowhere, he fell out of a window, and then he screamed so loud. And then you know what Imam Abu Hanifa did? He stopped what he was doing. He didn't get any shoes. He was barefooted, and he ran to the student. And from there, he was like severely injured, that student, for like a very long time. And Abu Hanifa, he accompanied him all throughout the way. That showed his love and passion for teaching and his students.
And now for the second story, it's entitled The Challenge of the Roman Emperor. So you might be asking, what was the challenge? So the Roman Emperor asked the Abbasid Caliph of that time, Caliph Al-Mansur, to answer his 3 questions about Islam. So the Caliph Al-Mansur gathered all of his ulama and one of them was Imam Abu Hanifa to answer the 3 questions. So the Roman Emperor sent his representative to the Abbasid dynasty to get the answers from the ulama. But none of the ulama gave satisfactory answers until Imam Abu Hanifa came and answered their questions. So the first question: what was there before Allah? Okay, Imam Abu Hanifa said, in arithmetic, what is before 0? What is before 1? The representative said, nothing. There's nothing before 1. And then Imam Abu Hanifa said, of course, if there is nothing before 1, why should there be something before Allah who is truly 1? Right? Agree. Okay, so the second question. Which direction was Allah facing? So he showed a candle. Which direction was the candle facing? The representative said, how can it face a specific direction if it's facing everywhere? It's a light. So the Imam Abu Hanifa said, so why should Allah face a specific direction if it's the Nur, the true Nur? Lastly, the last question: what is Allah doing at the specific moment? So at the time, the Imam Abu Hanifa was on a pulpit, and the representative was below the Imam. So the Imam just said, "He has raised me up on the pulpit and lowered you down." And then what the representative did, he bowed his head in defeat. And the answers were given would shock the Caliph himself and the rest of the ulama. So what can we take from the story? Imam Abu Hanifa was a wise person, a very wise person. And that's why his teachings are still here.
Wow, that was very interesting. And from those 2 stories, we can understand that Imam Abu Hanifa doesn't have just a simple understanding about Islam. His understanding about Islam were very, very interesting first and very important. So let's move on. From the demise of Imam Abu Hanifa, and then after that we will see more about his reasoning.
So obviously, all good things have to come to an end, and because of his students total to 4,000, he was very famous at that time. And however, he was independent, just like many other great ulama. And the government, especially Caliph Al-Mansur, he wanted him under his control, so he could attract more people to his city, which the government was very selfish because they only want money. And however, that's not Imam Abu Hanifa's intention, so he refused. But however, due to their strict rules, he had to be in prison, and he died in prison.
Okay, so thank you, Ikhwan. And now we will say about the differences between other mazhab. But please, first, audience, can you tell me why do we Muslim have mazhab, and why are we different? What make us think differently? Okay, so basically, if we have differences, is due to our understanding, obviously. And the thing is that like in Sunnah, Quran, Hadith, and other stuff, like we have like different understanding. Like I can give an example. Like if I read the Quran, a verse of the Quran, I'll probably understand the meaning, okay, which is A. But probably Ikhwan, when he gonna read it, he gonna understand it in the way of B. And this is what makes us like, having different thinking, different reasoning. And that's why we have like different mazhab. So that was all. So now we will see like the analogical reasoning in mazhab Hanafi. So another question for you. Can you tell me what's analogical reasoning? No one? Akif? Okay, it's fine. So basically analogical reasoning is to clarify an idea or an object. Okay? Analogical reasoning, also known as argue in analogy, is also to get information from an area and then use it to solve a problem in another area. Okay? So analogical reasoning were mostly used in Mazhab Hanafi, but I cannot talk much about other mazhab as it's not our presentation today. So now we will see like the countries that apply mazhab. So for like Maliki, we basically have Maghreb, which is like the North Africa. Then you have like Hanbali, which is situated in the Gulf, which is like Arabian Peninsula. And then for Shafi'i, you have East Africa and South Asia. And now for Hanafi, which is our topic today, you have Kazakhstan, China, India, Uzbekistan, and Iraq, many other countries. And like, so it's like, that's all. Okay, so then we will say like, you have a little game, which is country that apply Mazhab Hanafi, like we just saw. That will be like followed by Amal.
So today my topic is countries that apply Mazhab Hanafi. So what are the countries that apply Mazhab Hanafi? The countries that apply Mazhab Hanafi are mostly India, Afghanistan, Iraq, and Russia. There are three categories of countries. The first one being Levant countries, Central Asian countries, and Balkan countries. So Levant countries contain the countries of Palestine, Cyprus, and Cyprus. Meanwhile, Central Asian contains Kyrgyzstan, Turkmenistan, Tajikistan, Uzbekistan, Balkan countries, however, contain Bosnia and Herzegovina, Albania, and Kosovo. So there are five countries that are missing from the chart. For which here we have a quiz and hints that will determine which country it is. So I want the fellow audience to try and guess which country this is. Rafi.
From
For which one?
According from the left to the right.
But wait, please, can you start from here first, and then like Turkey, correct? Okay, move on. Okay, then the next one. Wait, it's not done. The next one. Pakistan, right?
What is the next one? Wafiq.
Chad. Yes. Chad.
Mooncakes.
China.
Mooncakes.
China.
China, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, that one is pretty easy, guys. Wait, maybe from our guest.
Egypt.
Okay. Okay, and the last for the judges. The last one is the national flower of the country.
For context, this flower is a jasmine flower. It's not a national flower of the country, but it's a flower that is most beloved in the country. It's a jasmine flower.
See?
Syria?
Yes. Okay, so now we will see about life of Hanafi, which will be followed by Amir. Okay, so wait.
Okay, so for this part of the presentation, we won't talk, but we play games and watch videos. Okay, so the first part of the clicker. Okay, so for the first section, we have food. So we all know we have halal and haram food in Islam, right? Okay. So here are the options of animals that can be eaten. Okay. So I would like volunteers from our guests to play this game and choose which animals here belong in halal and which one belong in haram group. Like at least two people. Yes.
Okay, so basically you have to come in front here, and then you have like two cups, one green and one red. Okay, so this is halal and this is haram. Okay, so over here you have many food. Okay, but let's try to like start with the first one, which is pig, and like you know, obviously that one is like haram. Okay, then you have to put it in.
Any more volunteers? Any more volunteers from our guests? Any girls? Any boys?
Anyone?
We try. It's for learning. It's for learning experiences. Stork is a type of bird.
Oh.
This one, I think.
Okay, thank you. Let's see for the halal.
Okay, for the halal, we have squid, lobster, oyster, octopus, salmon, crab, goat, buffalo, and sheep. And the rest are haram. However, what if I tell you most of it is wrong?
Wait a second.
As
There's an
you can see,
explanation.
most of the seafood here that are listed in the game are actually haram or makruh to eat. Why? Why is it haram for the Hanafi Muslims to eat? This is because, okay. Sorry. For your information, fish is halal in Mazhab Hanafi. However, according to marine scientists, a fish is a vertebrate, 1, a cold-blooded animal, 2, a animal that has a two-chambered heart, okay, and is gill breathing. So if you take those meanings and look at this seafood, they don't match fish. So they are considered haram in Mazhab Hanafi. But why did I put makruh? Why is there makruh here? This is because prawn in Mazhab Hanafi is makruh to eat. It's the only food that is makruh.
Okay, so next. Okay, so next, we will talk about prayer because it's quite important, and in other mazhab, like we all have our way to praying for Allah. Okay, so first we will see like the male way to pray. Okay. So it will be shown in a video. Okay.
الله أكبر سبحانك اللهم وبحمدك وتبارك اسمك وتعالى جدك والعياذ بالله الله أكبر سبحانك اللهم وبحمدك وتبارك اسمك وتعالى جدك ولا إله غيرك أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم الحمد لله رب العالمين الرحمن الرحيم مالك يوم الدين إياك نعبد وإياك نستعين اهدنا الصراط المستقيم صراط الذين أنعمت عليهم غير المغضوب عليهم ولا الضالين إنا أعطيناك الكوثر فصل لربك وانحر إن شانئك هو الأبتر الله أكبر سبحان ربي العظيم سبحان ربي العظيم سبحان ربي العظيم سمع الله لمن حمده ربنا لك الحمد الله أكبر سبحان ربي الأعلى سبحان ربي الأعلى سبحان ربي الأعلى الله أكبر الله أكبر سبحان ربي الأعلى سبحان ربي الأعلى سبحان ربي الأعلى الله أكبر.
Okay, because we are almost out of time, so we'll skip the female prayer and start with our our last game for the judges. Okay, so for this game, the judges have to identify which sentences is referring to a male or a female during their prayer. Okay, so the first question, for the first statement, hands are raised up to the shoulders when commencing the prayer. Is male? Male? Male. Are you sure? Okay. So the answer is a female. Yes. Okay, for the next one, forearms are lifted in sujud. This part is lifted in sujud. Male. Okay,
Female.
next. Male.
Correct.
Correct. Okay, the third one. During rukuk and sujud, the limbs are spread. Male.
Correct.
The second last one. They adopt the most concealing method of prayer. Female. Yes. And the last one. Okay, let's give the students a try. In rukuk, the fingers will be closed. Like this. During... Answer? Female. Okay.
Okay, so thank you everyone for giving a bit of your time to us, for us to present about Mazhab Hanafi. We hope that you understand. And for like students and our guests, if you have any question, please ask to us. No? Okay, what about student of Ani? No. Yeah, Yusuf? Do you have any question? So that will be all for us. Thank you everyone. Jazakumullah khairan. Wa assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Now we'll open the floor for questions from our judges or comments for this group.
Okay, Alhamdulillah, such a fun and engaging presentations, okay, that you have made today. Fun games with the audience, and you make the slides so much interactive, okay. And I also like the animation design put on your slide. Simple, but I encourage you to put at least lah for those slide that don't have word. To put some only keywords. Okay, next time. Even I know that you actually want to explain it, isn't it? Okay, just a little bit of keywords. And it's good that your groups explain more on the personality of the scholars. Okay, this I was looking more on the presentation. You put more on the, especially about the wiseness of the Abu Hanifa. And and the story gives so much inspiration to us. Okay, good job. All right, can I give some question? Okay, ready? In Mazhab Hanafis, we know that it's not allowed and haram or makruh to eat other creation of sea except the fish. Okay. So how about is we want the people who with the Mazhab Hanafi wants to eat the crackers with seafood flavors in it. It is permissible.
Okay, so the thing is that sometimes in other product, this is like seafood taste, but they use what we call arom. So meaning that it's not real seafood that they use, but it's like chemical stuff which is like eatable for us, that they put in it, and then like we're able to eat it with the taste. So, but we still have to check because sometimes they still use seafood, and usually in country that is following Mazhab Hanafi, there will be like the specific logo of halal. So like if it's if there is like seafood, they will like not put the logo which is halal, and if there is not, then they will put it.
Okay, good. So what is the best to take the risk to eat it or not?
Like Amir just said, there's like one food which is macro, so it's not preferred to be eaten, but for the other one it's haram, so better not.
Better not, eh?
Else it will be a sin.
Okay, good. Okay, thank you. That's all.
Assalamualaikum. First thing first, I love the simple representation of information that you have on your slides. It's not wordy. It's only words that need to be explained to the audience. But as Teacher Aminah said that because you put the main points without the details of the information, so you have to explain really well. So on the storytelling part for Amir and Ikhwan, I think you did a very good job in explaining because again, you don't have the details of it, so the audience depends on you so much for them to understand what you guys are saying. Okay, so that's a good one. Great explanation from Amir, from Ikhwan, easily understood. I was able to understand most of the stories. Okay, so and then the stories also come with a lessons, the moral values. I thought you just let it pass, but yeah, I was waiting. All right, so what do I get from the stories then? All right, so it's a good thing that you did mention the moral values and the lessons that we get from the stories. Lots of stories. I love that. You covered the personality of the Imam Hanafi, and then the game itself, very interactive, very engaging for the audience. Good job on the ages. That you guys were a bit beyond the time given, more than 15 minutes actually. Okay, that's all. Thank you.
Okay, I'm happy that you all realize what is the objective of a presentation. When you present things, you want to enhance understanding, you want your audience to pick up new knowledge, right? But at the same time, you want it to be enjoyable so that the audience are focused on you and you engage with them. So you achieved all this actually, so congratulations. The way you presented the facts was in such a relaxed manner and as a story, fluently done without actually reading from a text, that you really captured the audience attention. And the way the facts that you presented also are things that, inshallah, I think the students will remember. It's something very memorable. It's something that is astounding, I should say, also. The wisdom of Imam came through very, very well. So that also, to me, reflects on your wisdom in selecting what information to present and how to present it. See now. Okay, the interactive nature of your presentation is something that other groups did not capitalize on. Okay, so I think that stands, is a very strong part of your presentation that I think raises you above the others. Okay, congratulations.
Thank you, judges, and thank you guys for that informative presentation. Now we're going to take a short break. Stay tuned as we'll be back shortly for the award ceremony for the best group and the best speaker.
Assalamualaikum. Welcome to Sri Eden, where education is more than just academics. It's about nurturing the whole individual. At Sri Eden, we believe in holistic education. Our curriculum is designed not only to excel academically, but also to foster spiritual, moral, and ethical growth, providing a well-rounded educational experience. We employ innovative and interactive teaching techniques, utilizing technology-aided tools and hands-on instruction to engage our students and enhance their learning journey. In addition to academic studies, our school places a strong emphasis on dedicated Islamic studies and Quranic education. Here, students deepen their understanding of Islam, strengthening their faith connection to their religious heritage. With our small class sizes and low teacher-student ratio, we ensure that every student receives personalized attention and support. This approach fosters effective learning and development, allowing each student to reach their full potential. At Sri Eden, we are more than just a school. We are a family dedicated to providing nurturing environment where every student can thrive. So, we are looking forward for you to be part of us. Welcome. Assalamualaikum. Welcome to Sri Eden.
And we're back. Thank you for staying with us. Before heading to our award ceremony, I'd like to invite Puan Rosma to deliver her final remarks about the whole presentation.
Okay, Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Alhamdulillah, I'm sure the students are relieved that you have come to the end of your journey, right? Several months of hard work, but then obviously you're much better at it compared to previous years, so you're in very good learning curve there. So from what I can see now, a lot of things have been settled in the sense of your research work, right? Less of a struggle doing the gathering the material. I think you did not need so much guidance from the teachers. It's a case of being presented with the task. You knew what you need to do to get the information. Once the information was got, then there's the filtering of information, right? Because otherwise there will be an overload. So you were able to identify what you want to add into your presentation and what you can omit. Then, of course, that involves a lot of collaboration. Among the things that we said is important, the things that we cannot teach you in class is this collaboration, this working of together, right? This coming up with ideas, right? The suggestions, the cooperation. And Alhamdulillah, from what we gather, nobody killed anybody during the last few months. So that means you managed to settle things very amicably. All right. Above. So all these things were very well done. So we have to look forward. What is required for the next year's presentation, I think, is to improve on your presentation skills. Right. In many instances, there were words that was mispronounced, for instance, right? And then some facts were not actually explained well. You just read something off, but you didn't go into detailed explanations. So the idea of the presentation is actually to educate others so that your audience, at the end of it, learn something new. Okay, so if it's not properly explained, then they won't be able to remember it. So there was a lot of good tips to be learned from the last group just now. As I mentioned a few minutes earlier, they made their presentation very interesting, very engaging, right? They involved participation from the audience, and the way they asked the question was not too academic, right? But rather by a simple game kind of question, which gets better response from the audience. So perhaps for next year, more groups can try and adopt these other methods. Okay. So I have to admit that it has been a very tough decision actually to decide, right, on who gets the highest marks. But whatever it is, the overall standard of the project was very high. Congratulations to everybody.
Thank you, Puan Rosma. Now, let's continue with our award ceremony, recognizing the best group and the best speaker. I'd like to warmly invite Puan Rosma, accompanied by Teacher Tira, to present the awards. This year's Best CCD Secondary Group Award goes to the Imam Hanafi Group. outstanding presentation they did. Their dedication and effort have truly shown through. In addition to this, we also have the Best Speaker Award for the secondary level. And the award goes to Ziad Amrani. Your remarkable talent in public speaking has certainly impressed us all. And with that, we wrap up this year's Co-Curricular Day presentations. We hope you found this program both enlightening and inspiring. Once again, my name is Iris Rehana, and thank you all for your kind attention. Let us now conclude our event with Tasbih Kifara and Surah Al-As.
Assalamu alaikum. Welcome to Sri Eden, where education is more than just academics. It's about nurturing the whole individual. At Sri Eden, we believe in holistic education.
Alright,
Our
alhamdulillah,
curriculum
it's
is
done.
designed